Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for being on tonight. It's going to be an interesting and fun half an hour or 40 minutes rather tonight because we do have a very special announcement with Kirsten. We've been cooking some surprises for the past week, back and forth and ideas and so on. We hope that you will enjoy the releases and the fun part at the end of the masterclass. Well, to start with, I've been thinking about what to talk about tonight. And given that last month we spoke about goal setting, I was thinking maybe we should talk about working with your goals. But the reality is that protecting your plan has been at front of mind for the past few weeks, and this really happened because I don't know, it's just an interesting one. It just happened, and everyone was talking about it, and everyone was coming to me with questions like, okay, so we've done it, and I have a good plan, and I know what to do, how to do that, and all those things, but I still don't get through everything every week, and I still struggle to stay on target, and I still struggle to stick to my plan. And I thought, because of this, let's talk a little bit about protecting our plan, because in the end, it's not enough to create a decent plan. And I see Deanna's holding her head like this, but really it's all about making it possible, and some tips and tricks on how to get through and how to get in and how to actually do it all. So this is why I decided to actually talk about protecting the plan tonight. Now, a bit of recap, just one big question, and I hope everyone will nod to me nicely that yes, we did it. Did anyone really caught up with someone and had an accountability buddy for the past month? Yay, awesome. That's 2 hands up. Not many others, but we have a lot of newbies on the screen tonight, so you might not know what we're talking about, but we did have a bit of an accountability buddyship for the past month, just around goals and setting goals and sticking to them. So in saying that, it's never too late. We are in the first quarter, and it's only the second month. Oh my God, it's August. No, it's September. That's the 3rd month. Oh my God, I'm lost in time. So getting close to the end of the first quarter. This shows you how time flies. But let's talk a little bit about how to protect that plan and how to get through this whole thing. As I mentioned, there were quite a few people coming to me saying that, okay, I know how to do it. I know how to create a plan. I know what needs to go in it. I know what my week should be looking like, yet I still can't get through with it. And I was just thinking, okay, so what are some of the tips that I can give you on how to make sure that the plan is protected? And it's just protected, but actually it leads you to achieve what you were thinking about. Why do we need to think about this? Because if you don't protect your plan in some shape or form, then you will end up creating a plan on the fly, which pretty much defeats the purpose, and it kind of kills the whole idea of having a plan. Would you agree with me? Yes, I really need some nodding heads so that I can actually, so I'm sure that you get what I mean. And the whole idea is that you really want to be able to keep up with your goals and stay on target and not fall behind, and not somehow control all the impossible things that come up during the week and that actually make us be reactive. And there are some really easy ways to do it. Why should we really do it? Well, without it, you will always have a plan that is not a plan, because it's just something that you drew up and you can put in the drawer and never ever revisit it again. So having a plan is not enough. It's really All these tips and tricks are designed to overcome the problems or even prevent the problems before they even happen. And of course, just to make sure that emergencies are not killing your plan. So in the end, it's all about getting things done. So what do we need to do? First of all, one of the biggest tips that I can tell you, especially if you are already using your planner and you are creating a decent plan, the first and biggest tip I can give you is conscious empty time slots. I mean, there's nothing more powerful than having those gaps in your planner, in your plan, that actually give you an extra 15 minutes to 30 minutes that will allow you to shift things if they need to be shifted. Now, these gaps are designed to give you time to stand up, to have a glass of water, have a tea, have a coffee, maybe have a quick conversation with the other people in the household, make you feel sociable. And I'm not sure about most of you on the screen are in Victoria, I think. There's a few exceptions, but most of us are actually still in without swearing in lockdown. So it's just one of those things, whether we like it or not, we are still in this mess and we have no choice but stick to our current situation, which means that we can't really leave our 5 km bubble and we pretty much have to be at home, full stop. So in order to do that, one of the things that we can do is to break up the day a little bit better, be more conscious around it. And to be able to do that, you have to build in empty time slots in your day so that you have time to stand up, go have a sandwich, have a quick chat with your kids, have a quick chat with your significant other half, or just simply have a tea, breathe, stand up, exercise, make sure that you still keep on top of your health and well-being. So it's really, really important to do it. Also, what I found that having these gaps in my planner on a conscious level, it prevents disaster. Because if the phone rings and there's an emergency and I have to do something, there's enough space in my day to actually shift things around so that I can fit in the emergency. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's really important to have to make sure that you do this, not just because it happens, but on a conscious level. And I forgot that I have a slide on it. Anyway, the other thing that it does, it actually allows you to think outside of the box and include stuff that you didn't even think of. So I read quite a lot around, and one of my favorite stories is a CEO who actually built in so many gaps that he actually has way too much time at hand. But what it did to him, having that much time at hand, is that when an emergency arises, he can get on top of the problem before it even becomes a problem. And that's the whole idea. So those gaps allow you to stay on top of the problems. And if there's no problem, then it allows you to create some special, amazing things because you will have the brain space to do it. Now, tip number 2 would be around having really good reset and break rituals. Now, what do I mean by these two? The reset rituals they are talking to themselves. We all have those days when you feel like at 11 o'clock, you literally feel like it's already afternoon and you haven't done anything. Anyone feels like that sometimes? Come on, don't tell me that I'm alone. Cool. So the reset ritual helps you get back on track. It's simple things like putting on runners. And I know we had this conversation not even an hour ago with Laura and the people who were on the Blueprint to Life Work Harmony workshop in the afternoon. But the reality is that there's things that you can do in order to get yourself in the mood of doing. And one of the things that I found, and this has been a tip that I've learned how many years ago, lots of years ago from Lindsay Bajan. She used to say, if you feel very unproductive, go change and put on your runners. And for some reason, the runners are associated with doing. You don't go to bed in runners. Would you agree? Come on. So the runners are associated with moving, with getting you forward, with dynamics, with doing. So if you feel like, yes, put on runners, but not just for the housework, Tiana, for everything else, because it actually works. And it's a funny story. My 18-year-old came to me about 1.5 months ago, and she said, Mom, I just can't get through things. I just can't do things. So I dragged her into the cupboard, and we found a pair of runners that was flexible enough for her to be able to sit on her chair, not the right way. And I guess all the moms on the screen would agree with me that there's a right way to sit on a chair and there's a wrong way to sit on a chair. But hey, point is that she just got in the mood by doing that. And ever since, when she feels like she's falling behind with her work, she just goes out, puts on the runners, and she swears by it. She says it's the best thing ever. So that's, for example, a good reset ritual. The breakup ritual, though, is designed to break up your day. And now that we are home, the biggest issue that we find, or I find, is that somehow the work day and the fun day or the family day, they kind of, I don't know, they become wishy-washy and all over the shop, and the work day is family day and the family day part of the day is work part of the day. So you have this fluid kind of day. So in order to stop that and actually have some sort of structure again in the day, like you would do normally when you dress up, I don't know, you have a morning ritual, dress up, get out of the house and go for a meeting, come home, you change, and you have a family life in the evening. It's the same thing that you need to do now. Dress up in the morning, show up in the morning, change. Don't stay in your pajamas, change your slippers into something that is still comfy, but tells you that you are in a different mood, in a different space. Create that workspace, okay? And of course, the same. Once your work day is over and you decided that this is it, from now on it's family time, change again. Get into those slippers, get into something really comfy, and make sure that you create that clear differentiation between the work and home time. Does that help a little bit? Yeah? No? Okay, I'll be sad if no.
It kind of helps. It kind of helps. But when you live alone and you've got nobody to be accountable to, this is what I do. I take my clothes off and drop them by the side of the bed, fall into bed, get up in the morning, put my clothes back on, smell them first. And if they smell okay, I'll put them back on again. And then that's it for the day. And then 3 days later, I'll go, have I brushed my teeth? And
oh
that's what happens, because the dog doesn't care. And that's it. So that's where I'm at with things, because there's no structure during this lockdown at all.
So this is what I mean. Let's create structure. So those break rituals are exactly about bringing a little bit of structure into your day, and plan consciously for a lunch break. Even if you're alone, you can still stop and enjoy. Go out, sit in the sun, move a little bit, have a walk, and then have a beautiful lunch. But just make sure that you create some sort of break rituals that will segment your day in a way so that it makes sense when you work and when are you actually in your downtime. So that would be probably the biggest tip after having those gaps in your plan and planner. So the other thing why I say that these break rituals work so well is, again, and I can't say it enough, self-care. And I know usually we would think that as a time management specialist, this is not necessarily my plate, talking about self-care, but trust me, it is the biggest issue we have in this second lockdown. That's self-care. We forget to drink, we forget to walk, we forget to stand up. I caught myself 2 days ago that I only had, I think, 1,900 steps done for the day. And it was quite scary because it's very, very far from the 10,000 that it is, a normal day that you would do. So I'm just saying that we need to bring to the front of mind health, self-care and in general well-being. So the third tip, and this leads into it, is daily self-care. Build that in your plan. I'm not joking. If you are going to walk, then put it in your planner. Literally, if you're running, put it in your planner. That's usually a bit easier. But if you're just walking the dog, that's still self-care, that's still walking, that's still moving your body. Put it in your planner. When you create at the beginning of the week your weekly plan, make sure that on a conscious level you book time with yourself for your sanity. Make sure that you have special times for everything. Create structure around what's happening, because this time around it's really hard that we can't really leave our bubbles. We don't have that minimum variety that we had in the first lockdown. So creating that variety and that color in our life is our own personal responsibility. And if you have children, usually they kind of dictate what you do. But there's many of us on this screen who do not have little children anymore, like Berta or Adam. Adam has a teenager too. Some of you don't have kids at all at home, like Judith or Laura. So what I mean is that make sure that you actually bring to front of mind self-care and plan it in your planner. There's two things that happen. One, we actually take care of our body and our soul. And the second thing, it gives you something to look forward to. Make sense? I mean, why wouldn't we do that? And if it's a movie night that we want to just have with the family, why not plan it? Why not have it in the planner and put it in a big nice box and say it's going to be a movie night with popcorn and fun and laugh and whatever. But it's something that you will be looking forward to. So you create again those patterns that help you get through the workday and what needs to be done. And it's quite important. So what I also found is that by allowing ourselves to have this fluidity throughout the day, productivity falls backwards. The fact that we don't have structure in our day like we used to have, it actually affects productivity big time. And the reason why it affects productivity big times is because you feel like you're working all the time. So you get up in the morning at 8 o'clock and at midnight you're still just answering one more email, or you're just labeling something more up, or you're just reorganizing a little more your desk. You see how it's just a little task that is still on the list lingering. But you know what? If you would be out of the house, out and about and having meetings and doing this and doing that, you would literally ditch those little things that are unimportant, like reorganizing your desk for the 5th time. Okay, so it's just cutting back naturally on those things because you don't have time for them. But now we do have time for them. More than that, we actually use these little tasks as a lead into procrastination. So instead of doing what needs to be done and get on and have fun and enjoy life, we are just reorganizing something more so that we don't have to tackle the bigger job that we don't really feel like doing. So let's make sure that we take care of ourselves. And by building in these conscious breaks and taking care of ourselves and having these things that we look forward to and creating a bit of structure around our week, well, what we will do, we will actually get through this fog, this guy, the fog, the brain fog. Not to talk about the brain fog itself, because when you feel like you're working all the time, that's how it feels like. There's a clutter that never goes away. And you probably remember me saying that one of the best things to get rid of the brain fog and the clutter is to do a brain dump. Anyone remembers? The ones who usually are on this call? What does that look like? Just grab a piece of paper and dump everything that's on your mind on the paper, and then organize, prioritize, group, and make sure that everything that needs to be attended will be attended or delegated or sorted. So Kirsten is doing an amazing job at actually capturing all the thoughts in the chat. So don't forget to download the chat at the end of the day, because there's some really good golden nuggets there. So I'm not even going to talk too much about this, but what I really want to say again, and because we did have this topic earlier in the year, that magic word no, don't forget that it works in your favor, even if you are at home. It's still okay to say no to some stuff and create some space for the important things, like spending quality time with those you enjoy being with, or just simply creating some quality time for yourself, reading a book, watching a movie, a documentary, doing some research, anything and everything that makes you happy. And the word is happy, because it's so bloody hard nowadays to be happy with being locked in the house. So make sure that you create those moments for yourself. And of course, I can't say it enough, this daily self-care, and not just, it means you need to plan ahead and you need to have it in your plan. Now, that's pretty much around these three things. So protecting your plan, as a quick recap, one is creating the gaps. The second one was have some good break rituals or reset rituals. And the third thing is include your daily self-care into your weekly plan. That's pretty much in a nutshell. And I hope that makes sense. And now to the fun part. Are we, Kirsten? Before that, is there any question in the chat box, Kirsten, that I need to attend to?
No, just that people have given some good tips on what they're doing for their daily self-care, and brain dumping plates and things are being used already, which is fantastic. So then a couple of other tips. So no questions at the moment, but if anyone's got any, maybe you can unmute yourselves. Don't be shy. We're here to help. Okay, on with the show then, Hildy.
Okay, you went quick enough. Now I'm on. Now, well, should I say drum roll? I should say drum roll, because the big news is that the 2021 planner is already available in the shop. So if you are not a financial year planner user and you need a planner for next year, then now is the time to get it. So feel free to jump online and order it. And here's another thing, because we always like to do something special when it's a pre-order. The planner itself is under production, but we thought with Kirsten that while we are finalizing and checking and rechecking and trying to get everything right, the pre-sale is going to be on, and we are hoping that we can start rolling them out physically towards you guys in the next 2 weeks, before the end of the month, definitely. So you will have your planner in your hand before October hits. That's the plan. But in saying that, just because we want to say thank you for your patience and for being with us, we are releasing a brand new product. Did I leave my little sticker? Yeah. So for this special moment, we created a little social media sticker pack. There's about 24 stickers per sheet. And there's, I'm going to do a bit of show and tell. Please forgive the mess behind me, because I am only human too, and my background is going to be not that nice as my virtual background, but hey, ta-da, this is Yildi's workplace. And these are the beautiful stickers that we worked on. So there's LinkedIn, podcast, blog, Facebook, Instagram, and what's the fifth? I think I got it all. So these are pretty much the stickers. There's about 24 stickers on each sheet. So it gives you roughly a month worth of stickers. Plus you get a downloadable and printable monthly social media planner, which is kind of the whole point of and we want to bring to front of mind a different kind of planning. So this is pretty much going to be yours when you order your next planner. And it's just our way to say thank you. And these stickers will become available. No, they are already available. You just can't see pictures of them at this stage, just because we're kind of working from home, trying to create some images on our own, and sometimes it can be challenging, but they will be twice as big. So there's going to be a maxi pack, which has 48 stickers per sheet, and there's going to be the mini pack, which is the little stickers that I just showed you, and that are part of the special for the month. And of course, what else? Kristin, did I forget something?
No, I think you covered everything as far as the new products, but just making sure everyone's on Ant Planners Anonymous. Yeah, looks like no. Okay, so jump onto Facebook. It's a private group. It's called Ant Planners Anonymous. So that's where our community actually get together. Ildi shares, you know, some live videos on what's happening, keeping everyone accountable, and anything that's happening in the world of ant planners, we like to share on there. But we have a new design and we're stuck for ideas on what to call this planner cover. So what we're after is some people like yourselves, the brains trust of ant planners, to give us some ideas on what you think this planner cover should be called. So I'll show you. I'm hoping that you can see it okay. And if you've got any ideas, we'd love you to pop it down in the chat, or otherwise have a think about it and pop it over into the Ant Planners Anonymous group on Facebook. So hopefully, I might just turn my light off. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Gorgeous Rondell, based down on the Mornington Peninsula, has illustrated another cover image for us. And we think it's absolutely stunning, but we don't have a name for it. So has anyone got any ideas that sort of jump out to you that you think we should call it?
I shared it on the screen, hopefully.
Oh, perfect. Well done.
So it's pretty, it's really, really pretty. We love it. I mean, everyone who's seen it up until now says, oh my God, it's just amazing, but we don't. I've put it up on the shop under the name of Green, but I mean, that's so lame and boring. So if you have a good name for it, just pop it somewhere, either in the chat box or something, because it would be so nice to have a pretty name for it. In saying that, if you are a wellness advocate and you are thinking, we only have one option for you to choose if you don't want to create your own personal branded cover, then there's a surprise out there. Just go and check out the antplanners.com in the shop. You will see that there's a couple of stunning new covers that you can pick and choose from now on. I'll try and show it to you. Not sure if you will be able to see it on the screen, but there's 3 beautiful covers that you can choose from. So this is the classical one that you all know. There's the new one of the new ones, which is the sunflower cover. Can you see that? Just by note, because I'm not sure. And the third one is this beautiful Aussie Natives cover. So there's a couple of new choices, and we just wanted to freshen up and to give you more choices. And of course, we have another few little surprises on the way because we are creating a study planner. So if you have a teenager at home and you're thinking it would be so nice to get them in that habit of using a planner, we are in the process of creating a student planner. And the last bit is for those of you who are avid networkers and you want to keep networking at front of mind, we are creating the Networkers Planner, and that is a collaboration with the Connect Her network led by Lee Cummins. So that's going to literally bring a small business owner's most powerful marketing tool, networking, to front of mind. So that's pretty much it from us. I guess we almost stayed on time. It's only 8:35. So it's just awesome and fun. But I hope you enjoyed all the special bits and pieces that we just shared. We are super excited about the 2021 planner. And of course, we are overly excited to bring you some new covers, some fresh ideas, and to just give you more options and a bit of, I don't know, fresh look when it comes to the regular planners. But of course, many of you on this screen have their own amazing, pretty covers. And you know what, next time, can I ask you next month to come with your planners in hand, and maybe we can take a screenshot